What if true greatness has nothing to do with standing higher and everything to do with going lower? What if real strength isn't proven by how much attention you command, but by how much pride you can lay down? The world trains us: fight for first place, push to be seen, compete to be remembered. Because in the world's system, greatness looks like being ahead, louder, bigger, first. But Jesus shattered that system. He said, "The first will be last, and the last will be first." He didn't just suggest it, he declared it. He redefined greatness at the root. In God's kingdom, true greatness is not seized by ambition. It is given to the humble. The ones who kneel lowest are the ones God trusts to carry the most. Because pride can build empires for a moment, but humility builds legacies that endure forever. Think about it. If everything you worked for faded tomorrow, would you still stand great before God? Or were you only great in the eyes of a world that forgets faster than it rewards? Today, we'll talk about a different kind of greatness, the kind that grows quietly, deeply, and unshakably. I'll show you 4 simple ways to live with true kingdom greatness, the kind that the world can't give you and can never take away. Let's start now. 1. Choose the lowest place. Everyone wants the best seat. Everyone wants the spotlight. Everyone wants to be seen first, heard first, celebrated first. That's how the world works. It teaches you early. Fight harder, shout louder, push forward faster, because if you don't, someone else will. But in the kingdom of God, the rules are different, completely different. Because in God's kingdom, position isn't seized, it's assigned. And the more you grab for it, the less ready you are to receive it. Jesus didn't just suggest humility. He didn't offer it as a nice option for those who are naturally shy. He commanded it as the only road to honor that lasts. He said, "When you are invited, take the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he will say, 'Friend, move up to a better place.'" In the kingdom, the lowest seat is the fastest way to real promotion, because the way up is always down first. I once heard about a young man working at a massive corporation. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't loud. He didn't push his way into the spotlight. Instead, he stayed faithful in the small things. He stayed late when no one asked. He said yes to tasks others thought were beneath them. He made coffee for the meetings. He carried chairs before anyone else arrived. He cleaned up quietly after events ended. No one noticed at first. But over time, everyone did. They noticed the spirit, the consistency, the trustworthiness. Then one day, a leadership role opened unexpectedly. While others scrambled to pitch themselves, the CEO asked for him, by name. Why? Because when the real weight needed to be carried, the flashy ones were nowhere to be found. It was the quiet one, the faithful one, who was ready. That's what the world never tells you. The loudest are not the ones God trusts. The faithful are, the ones who chose the lowest place, even when no one was looking. The ones who served quietly, when no applause came. The ones who lifted others first, without calculating how it would help themselves. So the next time you walk into a room, any room, shift the question you ask yourself. Don't ask, "Where can I be seen?" Ask, "Where can I serve?" Look for the job no one wants. Look for the person no one is noticing. Look for the chance to lift someone else's burden quietly. That's how kingdom people think. That's how kingdom leaders are made. If you have to push for your place, you are trusting pride, not God. But if you trust Him enough to kneel low, you will not have to force anything. When the time is right, He will call your name. He will say, "Friend, come up higher." And no one, no rival, no critic, no system can stop what God Himself opens. Because in His kingdom, the low are the ones He lifts. 2. Celebrate others' wins, not just your own. It's easy to celebrate when you're winning, when you're the one promoted, when you're the one people notice, when the light shines on you. But kingdom greatness is not proven when you succeed. It's revealed when someone else succeeds, and you can celebrate them without jealousy. In the world, success is treated like a competition. If someone else rises, it must mean there's less room for you. If someone else shines, it must mean your light has dimmed. That's the lie the world teaches. If they win, you lose. If they get ahead, you're left behind. And if you believe that lie, you will live small, bitter, and constantly insecure, even if you achieve everything you dreamed of. But the kingdom doesn't work like that. In God's kingdom, another person's blessing isn't your competition, it's your confirmation. Their win is proof that God is moving, proof that He's still writing stories, proof that He hasn't forgotten anyone, including you. If someone else's success threatens you, you are revealing more about your own insecurity than about their blessing. But if you can celebrate someone else's moment with no hidden bitterness, with no silent comparisons, with no, "but what about me?" then you are already walking in a strength the world cannot teach, because pride cannot celebrate others. Only humility can. I remember a story about two runners, lifelong friends, competing at a national level. In the final stretch, one pulled ahead. The other, close behind, knew he wouldn't catch up. As they crossed the finish line, the second-place runner didn't sulk. He didn't fake a smile. Instead, he sprinted forward, grabbed his friend's hand, and raised it high. He celebrated his brother's victory as if it were his own. And in that moment, the crowd didn't just cheer for the winner. They saw greatness in the one who came second. Because real greatness isn't in standing on the podium. It's in lifting someone else onto it without needing it yourself. Here's the challenge. The next time someone near you wins, cheer louder than anyone else. Be the first to say, "I'm proud of you," and mean it. Refuse to let silent comparisons steal your joy. Because in the kingdom, celebrating others' wins doesn't make your path smaller. It makes your spirit bigger. If you can't genuinely celebrate someone else's blessing, you're not ready to carry your own. But when you can, freely, joyfully, you are showing heaven that you can be trusted. Because in the kingdom, those who lift others high are the ones God lifts even higher. 3. Serve without needing applause. Serving when everyone's watching is easy. Serving when the cameras are rolling, when the lights are bright, when the rewards are promised, that's not hard. Because public serving comes with public payoff. The praise, the attention, the validation. But in the kingdom of God, true greatness is built when you serve quietly, when no one is clapping. Jesus made it clear. When you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. If you serve just to be seen, you've already received your reward. Earthly applause, temporary validation. But if you serve when no one is watching, if you do it only for the eyes of God, your reward is eternal, and your strength becomes unshakable. Serving without applause purifies your motives. It trains your heart to chase obedience, not approval. It sharpens your spirit to care more about God's smile than people's attention. Because here's the truth. If you need recognition to keep serving, your strength will always be fragile. But if you serve for an audience of one, no disappointment, no rejection, no forgetting can steal your joy. I once heard about a janitor who worked in a huge skyscraper. Thousands of people passed through the halls every day. Most never noticed him. Most never even said thank you. But every night, long after everyone left, he would quietly walk the building, straighten the chairs, clean the windows, pray over the empty offices. No one told him to pray. No one praised him for doing it. But he knew every act done in secret, every chair straightened, every prayer whispered, was seen by the only eyes that truly matter. This is the secret the world doesn't understand. Hidden service is hidden strength. Every unnoticed act builds a soul that is unshakable. Every quiet moment of faithfulness weighs heavy in the scales of heaven. The world may never see it, but heaven never forgets it. This week, choose one act of hidden service. Something no one will see. No recognition, no applause, no announcement. Maybe it's cleaning up without being asked. Maybe it's giving anonymously. Maybe it's praying over someone secretly. Do it for no other reason than to love God quietly and to trust that He sees. Because in the kingdom, it's not the seen who are strongest. It's the faithful unseen. You don't need applause to be powerful. You don't need recognition to be valuable. You don't need an audience to be great. You just need a heart faithful enough to serve even when no one is looking. Because in God's kingdom, the ones who kneel unseen are the ones who will stand unshaken. 4. Trust God's promotion, not your own. The world says, promote yourself. Fight to be seen. Push harder or be forgotten. And for a while it can work. But in the kingdom of God, promotion doesn't work like that. In God's kingdom, you don't lift yourself up. God lifts you up when the time is right. It's not about how many people know your name. It's about how faithful you are with what He gave you. Jesus said, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." If you chase your own glory, you might rise for a moment, but you'll always be fighting to stay there. If you trust God, you don't have to fight at all. He will lift you, and no one can pull you down. There was a woman who worked in a big ministry. She wasn't loud. She wasn't famous. She didn't chase positions. She just stayed faithful, helping where needed, encouraging those no one else noticed, serving in small ways, day after day. Most people overlooked her. But when leadership needed someone they could trust, they didn't choose the ones who pushed for attention. They chose her. Because real leadership isn't about being loud. It's about being faithful. If you have to force your way forward, you're trusting your pride, not God. But if you're willing to stay faithful, even when no one sees it, God Himself will move you forward. At exactly the right time, no rival, no critic, no closed door can block what God opens. Here's what you can do. Be excellent in small things. Stay consistent when no one is watching. Keep showing up with your best, even when it feels unseen. Because in the kingdom, faithfulness is what heaven rewards, not self-promotion. When you are ready, God will lift you. You won't have to chase it. You'll simply be carried by His hand. The world says, make it happen. The kingdom says, trust God to make it happen. You don't have to climb ladders that crumble. You just have to build roots that last. Trust His timing. Trust His promotion. And keep being faithful right where you are. The quiet road to true greatness. Real greatness isn't built on stages. It's not measured by applause. It's not found at the top of ladders the world tells you to climb. It's built quietly, deep down, in the places no one sees. It's built when you choose humility over pride, when you celebrate others' victories without demanding your own, when you serve without a crowd to clap, when you trust God's timing over your own ambition. Because in the end, it won't be the ones who shouted loudest who stand tallest. It will be the ones who bent lowest, the ones who knelt first, the ones who stayed faithful when no one was looking. The world may forget you. Heaven never will. And the strength you are building today, quiet, unseen, unnoticed, is the strength that will carry you into eternity. If you're ready to keep building that kind of strength that endures, strength that speaks even in silence, then don't stop here. Come with us to the next step. Watch our next video, The Power of Silence in Leadership. Because sometimes the quietest voices change the world the most. I'll see you there.